All right, well, it is the Ironworks by the hardest. And as I said, we'll work on getting things ironed out between now and who knows then.
Extendivite, a 7-herb combination made from garlic, cayenne, hawthorn, bilberry, ginkgo biloba, valerian, and milk thistle. Extendivite feeds our body the right nutrients to keep us healthy. Just listen to what Arthur has to say.
I was just calling to tell you what a great product you have. I had used this about, 10 years ago after I had congestive heart failure. And it fixed me up and got me going for the last 10 years. Lately, I've been having heart trouble again. So I placed another order because this was the only thing that ever worked. And I just wanted to let you know that you have a great product.
To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822 or visit heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Do you want to lose weight but have no idea where to begin? The Fast Start Diet, a 3-day weight loss plan, is the answer. 3 days of nutritionally balanced, calorie-restricted meals delivered right to your door. No shopping, no measuring, and no cooking. Everything is prepared for you and ready to eat at home or on the go. The Fast Start Diet has all the amazing benefits of intermittent fasting without starving. We've helped thousands of people who have struggled to reach their weight loss goals. Isn't it time we helped you? With the Fast Start Diet, you'll lose weight and feel great.
Find us on Amazon or go to faststartdiet.com and use promo code POWER to get $10 off your first box. As a special bonus, we will include our #1 rated Lipo3 appetite suppressant spray free with your order. Whatever your diet plans are, start with us at faststartdiet.com and use promo code POWER.
We exist in the security and comfort of our worlds. Paved paths, lights, and manicured lawns give us peace of mind that our world has been tamed, and we are its master. But other worlds exist on the edge of our sight. On the edge of our awareness, the shadows move. The woods fill with the unblinking eyes of the nightmares our ancestors warned us about. Some of us have stumbled into these forgotten realms, whether on purpose or completely by surprise. I'm Brent Thomas. Join us on the Paranormal Portal Friday and Saturday nights from 10 p.m. to midnight Pacific Standard Time as we journey into the world of the paranormal phenomena.
Enter the Paranormal Portal if you dare. Real people, real radio.
Initiating the truth frequency.
This is Truth Frequency Radio.
Well, I mean, it's Friday. Happy Friday.
Yay! Josh sounds better. You sound better to us. I don't know how it sounds out there in the real world, but you definitely sound like you.
The commercials were coming in clear. I checked YouTube on my phone. YouTube sounded all right.
Okay.
Yeah, as did I. And everybody's saying it's sounding a lot better.
The only thing that was weird was that it was updating when I restarted. So it's the only thing I could think is that it just started updating right in the middle of the fucking broadcast. I don't know.
Maybe.
I just freaked YouTube out with, I don't know how, but my whole phone, it wouldn't show the video at the top. It was all the chat, the whole screen, but it still had the red line going through it. Like the video was at the end or whatever, or caught up to live. I've never seen that happen before. That was weird, wild stuff. Okay, I think we're back. Everything's good. Sorry, Josh. I didn't put all the parts back.
That's what those extra pieces were for.
That's what those fucking screws were. Oh, and our good friend David let us know that we all sounded like robots. Thank you, David. No, I'm just messing with Dave. He had some momentous news happen just yesterday evening. Apparently, we have now hit over in Antarctica. There is an official dot there. How official? That remains to be seen.
It's a dot. I mean, you can't be on the map and not be official.
Well, you're right.
And it is a person. Wow. They've got messages back from this.
He did talk to him. I know. Yeah.
Or her.
It wasn't like my dot that I did. Remember that one?
Yeah, we remember your dot.
For those that don't know, I screenshotted Dave's app, and then I surgically put in a new dot in there for him, and send it to him and say, "Whoa, check this out! There's someone in Antarctica."
Now, the person told David that he wanted to get people talking. So there's a lot of implication there. Number one, they're paying attention to what either he's out there saying or what we as a community are out there talking about. That also being said, we know the numbers David has given us as far as percentages of people having the app, percentages of people with the app having that feature turned on, etc. So the fact that this person got through all of that to make a statement of, I just wanted to get people talking by making a dot appear in Antarctica means that person knew that would get us talking, the whole ramifications of Antarctica to the Flat Earth community. I mean, there's a lot of implication here.
Somebody in Antarctica knows there's a Flat Earth app. It's not just that there's people talking about the Flat Earth. I mean,
well, it's not like they stumbled across it on the Google Play Store or Apple Store. It's not that, oh, look, now I know there's a Flat Earth app. No.
Yeah, and
they saw it.
Or they're hacking it.
They bought it. They used it. They subscribed so that they could use the Friend Finder feature. I mean, they went through all the steps that everybody else had to go through just to be able to get on there. And there they are.
And to know what would happen when they did it. That's the part. They knew the implications of them appearing suddenly on this map. That's part of it too, that there's a lot going on here, a lot to unpack. And I believe his last question still is unanswered. Is that correct, Dave? If you're actually still listening, I don't know if you ever received a reply to asking this person if they work for NASA. That's great.
No, they didn't. Well, I'm not going to say what they said. I don't know if David's going to do a video about it or this or that. I don't want any spoilers. Okay. But I got a sneak peek at the first response.
All right. Okay. I won't say anything else then. Let's see what happens.
Come on.
I'm over looking at the map. Yeah, dude, you spoil every movie and show for me. Spoil it.
Yeah, don't stop now.
I only spoil Rick and Morty for you, Walt. Stop it. Hey, once it's been out a week, it's on you, man.
That's true.
There you go.
Got you there, Walt.
There you go. There you go.
But yeah, there's somebody asked about a Greenland dot. I did see a dot in Greenland on the app map that Doc Michael dropped in chat, but then I saw it disappear the next day. So I'm assuming people are turning on and off their location, stuff like that. Because I did see one in Iceland as well. There was like 23 dots in Hawaii the Hawaiian Islands. I mean, the islands where there are dots, they could all have their own little meetups almost. It's crazy how many dots popped up in Hawaii. There is a dot in North Korea now. Kind of a odd location. If you go zoom in on it, it's in the middle of a field that is next to it says it on the map, a concentration camp. So I don't know. Because I didn't think North Korea and Jaren was even like, what? No way. How is that possible? Because their internet isn't even supposedly hardline into ours, like part of our backbone system.
Yeah, well, they don't call them concentration camps in Australia, though. Probably get away with it in North Korea, but...
Well, this is Western people calling it a concentration camp. It could be, a textile factory to make little rubber ducks. We would never know. They could put whatever they want on those maps. But yeah, that was a crazy one. And the day after, Jaren and Dave were joking about a bet of 1,000 R, that ARRR coin. It's like, I'll bet you 1,000 of those coins that we get a dot in North Korea. And Jaren's like, no way. But I don't think that was a serious bet. And just to drive the point home, 1,000 ARRR is $30,000 right now.
Cool.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite a bit. Hey, how was that rocket launch that you were watching the other day?
Oh no! What happened with it? I completely didn't even care.
It's the worst coverage ever. I think they showed the cockpit like one time, and the idiot sticks his arm straight out and taps the person sitting on her leg next to him. It's like, dude, that was not the time to do that. When you're doing like 16 Gs, you're pretending to do 16 Gs. You don't just flail your arms around like, you're sitting in an airplane just flying at 500 miles an hour. Your body can't do that. You can't stick your arm out doing 11 Gs. It would go flying back and probably break your arm. So yeah,
well, you could have lifted to start with.
Yeah, exactly. If they did show the cockpit, it was like for 2 seconds, and then they switched back to these horrible angles of just showing thrusters. No earth in the background, just showing thrusters. I could have made that here in the garage.
So,
yeah, it was,
Gs are basically, it's like you're 17 times, if you're going 17 Gs or something, it's like you're 17 times heavier.
Mm-hmm.
So... But it's not like a pressure, and it's not like lifting a 17, kilo weight or whatever. It's actually, every part of your body is 17.
Yeah, times 7.
Yeah. So you're not going to lift your arm.
No. And if you do, it's going to be like an inch off the seat, and then it's going to go flying back down. You're not going to just stick your arm all the way out and tap somebody on their leg and be like, it's okay, honey. It's just shaking. This isn't real. Don't worry about it.
But there were a few flat earthers in the chat just
oh, my goodness. Well, yeah, like 90% of the news feeds that were showing it live, none of them had their chats turned on. SpaceX didn't even have their chats turned on. There was a couple that I found, and I was just sitting here reading out the chat to Lucas while he was doing some gardening. There were so many flat earthers in there just ripping on him. It was hilarious, dude. And they weren't. There was a couple that had the chat being monitored heavily, and they would remove people instantly. But there was a couple chats, the news chats, that were just letting it go like nobody was watching it. And oh man, the flat earthers were just rolling hard through those chats. Like almost 50-50 in the chat with 1.7 thousand people watching or whatever it was on the one where the live feed was, you could actually chat in it. Yeah, it was amazing. to see that many people just dropping truth bombs. And you should have seen the sheep. They were freaking out in the chat. They didn't know what to say.
What the fuck's going on here? Who are these people?
How'd they get into my safe space?
Wait a minute. Why does this look so fucking fake?
And that's the thing. So many people, they just believe the lie so much, but once you bring it up to them, I guarantee if any of those people have been on a flight since then or are going on one soon, they're going to look. And they're going to be like, because that's the first thing I said. I flew when I was 8 years old down to Florida to go to Disney World. And yeah, the first thing I was like, I can't wait to get up there and see the curve of the earth. I remember this. And we get up there and I'm looking out and I was like, wow, that's pretty flat. Where's the curve? When does it start curving? And of course I asked my father. He tells me, oh, it's just too big. You can't see the curve. So that stuck with me my whole life until I found out the earth curve calculator. I was like, whoa, wait a minute, what? Yeah, I guess there's a reason they don't teach us that calculation at all during our whole lives. And it's not like, well, they teach some people, surveyors. Chris Van Matre, not a geodetic surveyor, but an actual surveyor, goes out there in the field and does the measurements and all that kind of stuff. He was never taught the earth curve calculator. You would think that would be part of their job, But yeah, no, it's not taught to anyone, ever. Now it is, though, isn't it?
You could be sure.
So apparently the Inspiration 4 crew is going to orbit Earth for 3 days while they're up there.
So
how are they going to the bathroom?
And is that like 3 days for
Very
us?
Carefully.
Or 3 days for them? Or is that the same thing?
I have an animation for you if you want to see what you can work out. I don't have any actual video, but I have an animation that shows us what is going to happen. They're technically, going to be a little higher than the ISS, but a little lower. Wait, what is that one? I can't see it. I can't tell what the other thing is. Oh, actually, they're higher than the ISS, the Hubble. Oh my God, they're up there. So
they're higher than Hubble?
Yeah.
Horseshit.
No, science, not horseshit. Science. I've got an animation, dude. Here, let me share because I know you don't believe it. I'll share it. You don't believe it, Zach? Booyah! Anyone else see this on my screen and doubt it now? Doubters? Booyah!
Anti-spaces.
That's right. Look at this. Wait, you didn't see it the first time? Watch. ISS, Hubble, Inspiration 4. I mean...
That's legit.
What else you need? Images, baby. Images.
Where's the 24?
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. There it cleared up. My feed is clearer now. I don't know why it was... It may be because it's coming from space. That's right. I forget. Damn it. Okay. It takes 8 seconds for it to clear up, right? Is that how it works? 8 minutes? I'll stop.
Well, they can only do it for 45 minutes because then they'll be on the dark side of Earth. And I guess radio.
Oh, the dark side of
Earth. On the dark side of Earth.
No. You can't have that.
You need sunlight for the radio to work.
Well, it has to bounce off the sunlight dome thing. Wait, how does that work? The magnetospheric dome? Okay, I'll stop.
Somebody in one of those chats that I was watching tried to say when they come back they're going to be 0.00003 seconds older or younger than everybody else. It's like, oh my God, you're fucking retarded.
Oh man, you guys could have seen it. Folks took pictures of the launch from North Carolina. So I don't see how you guys could not have seen it, right? And it looks like, every rocket launch I've ever seen back in the day from when I was a kid watching the big rockets go up. It looks legit to me. It doesn't look like some
'cause they
kind of
shoot-
plasma, weird, maybe going into some liquid.
But did they
it
change the trajectory? This one doesn't go out over the ocean now. They shoot it right over the continental United States. I ain't buying that shit.
I don't know.
People told me they saw Sputnik overhead, which was twice as high as the ISS and 2 feet wide. So, yeah. People say shit all the time. Doesn't? Yeah, I don't care what they say. I was going to start calling out people in chat because they were saying that. It's over Chicago right now. I was like, oh my God, you people. Oh my goodness. So, yeah. You're going to get those trolls.
Have y'all seen these people that went up, that they say went up?
Nope.
I know
It's
one's
like
a bit. If you're mentioned it 500 times.
I did mention that.
One's a 15-year-old girl. Yeah, she handled those G's no problem. Or the old lady that went with Bezos. Yeah, I'm sure her body just took those G's like it was nothing.
We went right on up, and I saw darkness. I thought I was going to see the world, but we weren't quite high enough.
What are you going to do, Granny? What are you going to
So
do?
I want to see some pictures from this. I mean, they're higher than the ISS. They should see a huge curve.
Dude, I'm thinking a lot of fucking pictures should be showing up soon. I'm looking for them, though. And so far, I've got those. I can show you that image that we just... I'll stop.
Yeah, what are they doing up there? Are they just up there? I mean, you figure they'd be live all the time. They're civilians. They're not doing any scientific experiments up there.
Wait. I found it. Here it is. This is
TikTok
it. Okay,
live stream,
so
I hope.
if you want to see what happens, this is what's going to happen. This is how it all works. Put my dot over here.
Whoa.
The nose cone opens and it does that.
Achoo.
Now how that happens, that turn that happens there, we don't see the little steering wheel.
Spirals out. Yep.
Yeah. No side thrusters, no correction. Just a nice, complete 180. Boom.
Well, that's how they did it back in '69. I saw the coverage. Anyway, so there it is. I don't know what else you guys need. I'm back on the ball. That's all I'm saying.
See the trajectory? Now, how did people in Chicago see that? There were people that they were in, and they saw, North Carolina even. You're not seeing that.
But I've got videos. Wait,
it's
let me start it again.
500 miles.
Did you see this?
Does that continent look a bit big on that world there?
No, that was actual size. They got a really big rocket.
It's obviously to scale, Lucas. It's like China's new space station they're building that's a mile long or some stupid stuff.
Kilometer tall space rocket. Well, they're spending a few $1 million to research to figure out why that isn't possible.
Boom, pictures. Hold up. Oh man, this is real. It's real. I'm probably getting those copyright strikes everywhere. I don't care anymore because we got to prove that it's real. So, boom, space, baby.
Oh shit.
Oh, just
and here I am.
Bit of a letdown.
That's not in a studio. Oh, that's real.
You can see the whole Earth. Is that what they're saying?
Move your head, dickhead. I bet you behind them is a perfectly straight line, is my guess. Everybody cover the windows.
Oops. Everybody get in front of a window.
Wow. Yeah, that's horseshit. Oh, that's...
Right, that's not the sky.
That's like looking up. Yeah.
Oh,
and that photo where you got those, supposed astronauts or whatever. They're perfectly standing in front of the windows.
Right.
So you can't see anything. Come on. Wouldn't you purposely, if you're going to be there or whatever. You'd be just like,
I'd be
hey,
Vanna Whiting that
look at
stuff. Look at this window. Look at this view. Like showcasing it.
Not putting my head straight in front of it.
Right. There's 3 windows here. Everybody pick a random spot. Oh, look, now I can't see that.
Yeah. It's just a joke.
And those 4 pictures you've seen, those 4 photographs I showed you, are from the official Twitter feed for the Inspiration 4, and that is the only media they've shared thus far on their Twitter feed. Now, it could be loaded up somewhere else, but, you know, I'm a Twitter head, so that's where I went.
I don't understand why there isn't like live coverage, doing interviews daily.
Let me see what SpaceX put up. I mean, this is...
Look, live from space.
Right, let me see what SpaceX has up, because surely since it's their rocket, they'll have totally, like, more coverage. Let's see, SpaceX. Wait, let me go back. SpaceX. Okay, oops, wait, SpaceX Media. There we go, Media. SpaceX. Oh, wait.
Thanks, Callum.
Is that the car? Wait, are we looking at the car? Is that Elon's car? Did they go?
Yeah, it looks like a car. Yeah.
Wait, I'm so confused.
Nah, it's looks like something out of Star Wars, actually.
And so we're sure that's not a fisheye lens.
It's the top of R2-D2's head. That's what it is.
And
on the wing.
I'm just confused.
I'm so confused. But it's real, because I saw videos.
Commander Jared Isaacman places first ever sports bet from space.
Oh,
shit. What continent was he officially floating over, though? Because there are, like, legal ramifications, I would think.
They have their own space laws, remember? He's probably
that's right.
Space lawyer.
Space law. Space law. I forget.
Yeah, it's outside of... It's international jurisdiction or whatever it is.
Right. It's like international waters. Right.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, once you get higher than the ISS, you can do whatever you want.
Dude, when I get higher than the ISS, I can't do shit.
I can't do
it. Man, I can't believe the lack of coverage of all this in this day and age where people are streaming everything. You could probably find somebody on TV or on right now on the internet taking a shit and showing it live.
Well, hello, that escalated quickly.
I thought you were going to bring up like those people that watch the gaming.
Oh, it's right. That's what I was thinking. Something
watching someone play a computer game. It's like,
right.
Had to go even more absurd than that.
Freaking Zach escalated it quickly.
And just to prove it, we're going to go live right now to Bob over on his toilet. I'm just going.
We have 48,000 people in that guy's chat yesterday while he's watching people play video games. What is going on, folks? That's insane. Jared, I asked him, who's the biggest
nuts.
gamer?
I can't work it out.
The guy's got like 4 million subs. And he just sits there and screams obscenities. And I bet 90% of the people in his chat are like under 18. Well, no, probably not. There's a lot of old gamers out there. But still, I can't sit there and watch people play video games. I hated that when I was young.
I got too many games to play. I don't have time for that.
Yeah, it's just 45,000 people watching a video game. Walter Lewin can go live and he'll get like 100 or 200 people.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah, well, Callum says it's idiocracy, and I'd have to agree.
And
We're
on the
watching
flip side,
someone play a game, you're pretty bored, or you can't even work out what to fucking do with your life. You know what I mean?
Well, on that note,
sorry.
Welcome to the Ironworx. where we're going to take a little break, and we'll be back for the second half of the show right after these brief messages. Hopefully, we'll be coming in clearly. Just never can tell.
Hi, my name is Ella, and I'm 10 years old. I'm one of the millions of children born to parents suffering from the sheeple virus. Symptoms include the inability to think for oneself, the attention span of a goldfish, and a strong belief in government and the mainstream media. It is estimated that 1 out of every 2 children are being raised by parents infected with the sheeple virus. But there is a cure. For as little as 19 cents per day, you can become a TFR supporter and help children like me get their daily dose of truth. Together, we will make sure every child has protection from deception.
A cat general says the war on string may be unwinnable. It's the Onion Radio News. This is Doyle Redland reporting. Operation Iron Paw leader General Bonkers told reporters at a press conference today that the war on string may be unwinnable. The general reported that enemy string is now as strong or possibly stronger than ever, noting that traditional tactics such as pouncing have proven largely ineffective against this new type of dangling and wiggling enemy. Said General Bonkers, General Bonkers has caused a firestorm of controversy among cat officials who warned that his statements could embolden string. Fans and neighbors of the longtime Menasha, Wisconsin family, the Iwanskis, were shocked today when word came that the popular dad character would be departing next season. Mike Iwansky, who joined the family 9 seasons ago, was disappointed at his father's decision.
Boy, I can't see anyone else in the role of dad. The new dad is probably going to be totally wrong for the part.
Ron Iwansky, who originated the memorable role of Dad, now feels it's time to move on to greater challenges. His first post-Dad project is tentatively titled Dad and the Nubile 24-year-old with one of those ass tattoos. Textile archaeologists have reportedly unearthed a section of coarsely woven Sumerian goat's wool bearing what may be the world's oldest and perhaps toughest stain.
What we do know is that the stain is, in scientific terms, ground in, doubtless one of the many active lifestyle stains that plagued early Sumerian families.
Perkins added that her team hopes to learn much from the discovery, including just how tough early civilizations were on grime. Doyle Redland for the Onion Radio News, online at theonion.com.
This is the Truth Frequency Radio Network. TFR.
Truth Frequency Radio.
Okay, we don't know.
That's great. That's why it's called dark.
It's exactly.
Everyone knows all reputable information comes from random people on the internet.
Tell me things, internet. The Earth is flat.
It's like school in your dad.
Dark matter is something we do not know what it is. We believe the dark matter is there, but we have never detected it. Well, what I'm afraid of course, is that there is no dark matter out there.
There was one?
There is no dark matter out there. We need to think really hard, to think really hard, to think really hard, to think really hard.
Wake up, wake up, wake
Ironworx? Because it's where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came.
I love Ironworx with Josh, Walt, and Zach.
And Lucas.
It's like sitting in your front room having a cosy chat with your best friends.
Hi, it's Diva here, and I just want you to know that Ironworx with Josh, Walt, and Zach.
And Lucas.
It's definitely my favourite dose of reality. Come join the family and keep it flat.
Why sleep in when you could get your dose of iron in the morning? Listen to the Ironworx on TFR.
This is Enlightened Dawn. Roses are red, violets are blue. Iron Realm Media is the best on the plane. To this show, I will forever be true. You guys are truly the best, and I love you guys. I'm so thankful to have you in my life.
Do you like listening to space letters from Never a Straight Answer? Then tune in to the Ironworx with Zach, Walter, and Josh.
And Lucas.
Break clear of the fear on the Ironworx and become an Iron Scout.
And welcome back to the Ironworx, right here on Truth Frequency Radio, TFRlive.com.
Indeed. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for putting up with our technical flubs. Thank you. Before we get too far away, I did see a few things in chat I wanted to comment on. Number one, shout out to Nuka-Cola, buddy. Good to see you. Volatile world you're living in right now. Definitely know a lot of craziness going on everywhere, but your neighborhood was literally getting burned to the ground just a few weeks back. So you're always on my mind, friend. Good to see you in chat. Good to see you. Hope you can pop in and have a word or two with us when you get a minute. Another thing I see quite often in chat and forget to bring up, and I'm about to start doing that every show if I can remember to do it, our good friend Carrie Woolley saying that exosomes really should go viral. And I've seen that from you quite often, Carrie. Appreciate that. Definitely something I will mention and get that out there as much as I can. Not going to go into it right now. Definitely a lot of research needed to be done by everybody on that part. What was the other thing I saw up here? Damn it, it's gone. I can't find it. I had it highlighted. I don't know. Oh, Liz, I see a cat. What's the cat thing? Oh, no, that's not Liz's cat. That's Doc Michael's cat. I'm lost with the cat and the string theory. Oh, cats and strings. Hello. Sorry. Playing catch up. Oh, cat. So, Walt's latest cat adventure, I get ready to take a shower last night, and their cats always come in there, and when I turn the water on, they're always intrigued, and then the shower comes on, and they scatter. But as I got ready, I started hearing a little mewling like somebody was in a bind. So I started looking around, and I did a head count and saw all the kittens and Mom. Okay, cool. Hopped in the shower, went on, got out about 15 minutes later. And I started really hearing this mewling, like there's a cat in a bind somewhere. Where is it? So I start trying to dig around. There's a bedroom right off the shower there, off the bathroom. So I'm digging under the bed, which is where it sounded like it was. Not there. There's a chair kind of with stuff stacked behind it. Nothing under there. Behind the chair, nothing. I still hear it. And now Mom is freaking out. And I notice her pawing underneath the linen closet door. So I open it up, and there's one of the kittens, wide-eyed, freaking out, going, help me. Apparently when Michelle went to go change the bed, she inadvertently trapped one of the kittens. So we now have an official policy of a head count must be done every time a door is opened and closed in this house. My goodness. What would I have done if I had gone to bed and woke up to that? I would have been, I was already freaking out that she was trapped in there. Anyway, she's safe. She's good. Just keeping you guys up to date on the current cat madness.
Yeah, they get to be such a handful when there's multiples, especially the kittens.
Yeah. Well, again, it's 4 toddlers, essentially, with claws and fur and can fly and get to the ceiling really easily. So, yeah. Yeah.
Now, they say there should be... Sorry, go ahead, Zach.
Sorry. I was just going to say, David Weiss just jumped into chat, and he loves the promo mentioning Lucas as an afterthought. He said,
Yeah, no,
he
that's
said,
eternity.
never change it.
Yeah, we won't. Only thing we might do is have Josh put it on an actual permanent
Oh, yeah.
track so
No,
he
no,
doesn't
no.
have to live
I'm
mix it.
definitely going to have to edit that together so I don't have to sit here and mix it together every time.
Well, it'll lose that like energy though, right? You got to have that. It's that little different tweak every time. That's what makes the mix good, right?
That's my barometer for how good my day's going to go. It's just
What? Doc Michael shouting out he was hoping for a possum. Everybody has kitties. I used to have a possum, Doc Michael. Thank you very much. Speaking of the kitties, there you go. One just climb the chair behind me if you want to see her. There's Cleo. Hi, Cleo.
So I gotta...
now.
Nope, that's you, Zach. I'm going to just step away real quick. That's all I wanted to say. I'm done interrupting you.
Oh, my bad. I was just doing my Miss Cleo impersonation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can vouch for it. Walt is constantly... We'll be sitting there playing a game, and all of a sudden no. It's like, what? You stop that. It's like, what? I'm not doing nothing, dude. Get down right now. That's my leg. It's like, oh, okay, you're talking to the cats. All right. It's like nonstop. They love him so much. They always want to be by you. It's, yeah. I miss my old kittens that I had. That turned into cats and everything. But yeah, I miss just having them around. They're so, especially at that age, they want to get into everything and just see everything. And yeah, like you said, it's like having toddlers. Yeah, toddlers. Yeah, they are so much fun. So we had a whole bunch of space lettuce last week that we didn't even touch on at all. Or Tuesday, there was a bunch of good stuff in there. Let me see, where's our September show prep? There it is. Where do we even start?
There's so much.
Oh, some researchers generated an entire universe on a computer. There's one little, if you want to like go into the universe and explore it though, okay, it has 2.1 trillion particles in a space 9.6 billion light years across. And it's not telling me where. And yeah, you can even download this thing. They're putting it out there. It's not saying that it costs anything. They used over 40,000 computer cores and 20 million computer hours to generate their simulation. And it produced more than 3 petabytes of data. That's 3,000 terabytes or 3 million gigabytes. And you only need... Yeah, and to get this, they were able to compress it for you. You only need 100 terabytes of storage to play this game. 100 terabytes. That's insane. That's like a server farm. Who has 100 terabytes to download something like that? What's the point of doing it? Maybe in, so many years or whatever, we know technology speeds up and all that and blah, 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 but 100 terabytes? Has anybody on Earth downloaded this thing yet?
No.
Not a civilian. Maybe like a school could do it, or somebody with. I don't know. Let's do a little research. How many 100 terabyte drive? Do they even make them?
I'm reading one of these articles, but I can't make sense of it. Which is not new, but NASA has collected its first Mars sample. It needs 4 billion 10 years and a new technology to bring the rock to Earth.
Yeah. So you didn't plan this into the cost like before you started it?
$4 billion in 10 years just for a piece of rock.
So what are they going to do that they haven't done with that much money? Are they going to send more rocket pieces to Mars to add to the current rocket that's there waiting for the... I don't understand. What the fuck is this supposed to do?
Who's going to put this rocket together?
I mean, they've got a picture of it.
Mars,
you know, it's got this. It's a pretty good picture. It looks like some sort of device sitting on Mars with a small rocket shooting off it. So I don't know. Seems legit, you know, if that's the start of it.
Well, I found 100 terabyte drives, and it's, I mean, only like 10 grand. I think the cheapest one I saw was, what's that, 120 terabyte. $9,838.99.
So I bought a 2 terabyte for like 25 or so, a couple months back, maybe. And so they can't just tie those together and spend a whole lot less. I don't know how it works.
I don't either. I'm not sure how that would work. I would think that since it's one program, you would have to put it all on one drive, but I am not the computer guy. I could ask Jaron about it. I'll bring it up to him and see what he says about it. Because usually when I see stuff like that, Jaron, sometimes he'll say, whoa, and other times he'll be like, yeah, that's no big deal.
So do they usually do flat earther sort of hit pieces on these? I don't usually see them pop up, but here's an article.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah, ex-flat earthers share the moment they realize the world is actually round.
Wow,
the flat earth conspiracy theory is so ludicrous that people often take it to be a parody. It is difficult to take the Flat Earth Society, who peddle the I can't say that belief, seriously amid all the jokes about them having members right across the globe. So, yeah, then they go into some rubbish about how someone... Oh, Mr. Trungus, I have an acquaintance I met in the Navy who joined specifically so he could see the Earth was flat while at sea. Every day he would chart the ship's location, speed, heading, etc., so he could make the map of their path. Ultimately, he realized the path the ship was taking would be impossible if the Earth was flat. Good proof.
Cool story, bro. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And who is this dude again?
No name.
Exactly. It's some random fuck off the internet that's like, okay, and what? And then the way they talk about these people, you can tell they're not actually... Anyway, go ahead with the article. Sorry.
No, well, I mean, we don't need to get into it. I mean, it's just...
Yeah, why did this guy not go and sign up to be a Sparrow missile defense operator? I mean, pencil beam laser, 50 miles away plus, hitting other ships that are in the water. I mean, it's not hard to figure this out. You don't have to go and chart where you are on the Earth and this and that and then try to figure out if it's flat or round. That's ridiculous. You're using luminaries that you don't know what they are, how far away they are, this and that, or even GPS, their GPS, to collect your data with. That's not how you do it. It's so much simpler than that.
Well, the thing is, you know, once you get out of the matrix, you don't go back in. You know, once you come out and you actually...
Well, that's what I was saying about the whole idea of this even being an article that relates to any reality whatsoever. Mr. Trungus McRungus or whatever the fuck. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's not him. I _literally _can _not wrote. I fell in and out of belief over time until I saw a video of an experiment where one group flew a helicopter far out over the ocean and another group watched it with a powerful telescope. And you know the fucking video we're all talking about, that bullshit video that those kids did. It disappeared behind the horizon, and that did it. That ended that phase for me for good. So that tells you this person had done absolutely no research and had no clue what any of this is really about. But no, they were a flat earther who have now, turned back to the ball.
Well,
It's
yeah,
just
you
fucking
have
ludicrous.
to think a little bit more critically than that. You can't say, well, it looked like it went behind the curve, so yeah, but it's so many miles away. It should be below 60 feet of curvature at 10 miles. And it's
right.
not, you can still see the thing. The thing's only 15 feet tall. You're 10 feet off the water. You still shouldn't be able to see it, people, at all. So figure it out.
Well,
why can't you see it?
Well, the thing that's sticks out to me in this article, it's the second sentence, and they're already giving the Flat Earth Society a bit of a promo. I mean, they're not mentioning anything that's actually real.
Nothing.
You'll never see them
every
mention
one of these is
Uranism, dearth, globe, but you'll never hear that on mainstream.
No,
They
here's
don't
what
want
you'll
people
hear.
looking at these people.
My husband got trapped in a YouTube black hole of flat earth videos for a while, drove me up a wall. As of recently, I discovered he's changed his mind. His reasoning? He discovered the majority of flat earthers are Trumpers with political views that are extreme, so my husband's flat earth ideas died that day.
Oh, there you go. Bring a bit of
Makes
politics
sense.
into it, but
I mean, sounds legit to me. I mean, what the fuck?
Nearly every flat earther I talk to realizes it's a bloody left-right paradigm that's, based on bullshit.
Yeah, but you're not trusting the plan. I can tell that.
I struggle with the plan a bit. Let's face it. I can't believe that's still around. Actually, honestly, it's still ticking away in the background. Though you sort of see bits and pieces, and you're just like, "What?" You're still holding out.
Guess Biden announced that he was going to run for president in 2024. He'll be 86, 10 years older than the life expectancy of a man in the United States. But he said he'll be running, and I guess there was a huge gasp from behind the curtain. Yes, we were just like, what did he just say?
He doesn't even know what day it is now, let alone what he's going to be doing in.
He cannot finish his own thought. He starts going into it, and then it's like a dog seeing a squirrel. That's it. He gets through it, and it's like, dirt.
Well, here's what's crazy is he can not even finish the thoughts that are provided him. If he tries to finish one of his own thoughts, they'll just kill his mic and cut the feed. They don't know what the hell's going to come out of his mouth. So they don't even let him say his own thoughts. He can only speak the pre-prepared thoughts that he's allowed.
Yeah.
Well, no one really likes story time with Biden. That's for sure. Starts talking about,
I'd love to hear
rubbing his legs when it's wet, and he's.
Come on, man.
I want to hear him recollect a movie or something like that and see how close he gets to actually what the movie showed. Like, have him sit there and watch a movie without falling asleep. And then right after the movie, tell me what that movie was about, Joe.
How about a conversation? How about just tell me what did we just talk about, Joe? Can you just recap the conversation we just had 10 minutes ago? Let's see your recall skills.
But did you see the one where he forgot the Australian Prime Minister's name, so he just called him the fellow from down under?
Oh my goodness. Here's one of your allied countries you're speaking about. You can't take the time to learn the guy's name.
No, he was on the screen. I'm pretty sure he's on the screen, but that's
So he's
funny.
talking to the guy. He probably had the guy's name right in front of him.
Yeah.
The saddest part about it.
The fellow from down under. Yeah, okay, thanks, pal. But that was it. Wow.
Like he's on a scopolamine patch.
He's like, that place doesn't even exist.
Isn't that like the drug where you spritz people and then they just like instantly?
That's the one. That's the serpent and the rainbow. Just blow it in your face, and 3 days later you're walking around undead.
Yeah, I don't ever want to try scopolamine. That doesn't sound like fun. 3 hours would be bad enough, being that, tuned into the world or whatever you want to call it. 3 days? No way. That's where you wake up naked, laying next to a pack of wolves or something, Ugh. Nope, no scopolamine for me. It's almost time to have some stuff wait. I've been holding on to it for over a year. So, what would you, psilocybus? Is that the...
yeah. Yeah, psilocybin. Yep.
Psilocybin. Yeah, gonna be sharing with people at Flattoberfest. I was thinking of just...
So you won't do scopamine, but you'll... No, I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna grind it all up.
You're gonna try it first.
Just walking around and blow it in people's faces. Hey, seriously, the
Like
Serpent
the
and the Rainbow
Scarecrow.
book by Wade Davis. If you guys never read that, definitely go check it out. I mean, there is a lot of great research that gentleman has done over about ethnobotany. That's his whole deal. So check it out. Serpent and the Rainbow, the book. Wade Davis. Highly recommend it.
Okay.
In which he does talk about psilocybin as well. Sorry, that's why I was going back to it.
I saw this one in Live Science. Does the moon rotate?
Well, does it?
Trust us.
Well, let's see. There's a part in here, and who is it? I think it's space.com is who they use as their
authority.
Well, we know it. Yeah, it rotates, and they even say 8 degrees, according to space.com. It's like, really? Space.com is your official, not Harvard, MIT, not so-and-so observatory. You're just going to put space.com as your official data where you got your... Come on.
It says space right there, Zach. What else do you need? Space.com. I mean, what are you looking? I mean,
it's in the name for sure.
It's right there.
Yeah, it's just...
They do lots of space stories, though, Zach. Lots of space stories.
Like when I type in space, it comes up right away. I see that pretty quick. So I think it's got to be right?
And if you're doing your due diligence and proper investigation and research, you're going to obviously Google space and just click the first thing that comes up, which would be space.com.
See what comes up with space.com. Space.
So they talk about the tides, and that's why the moon and Earth are locked. And
well, then you got to go to tide.com. That's a whole different site.
Okay, I was thinking
it's just
about
how to get
this.
your clothes
All right.
clean.
The moon goes, what, about 10,000 mile difference, perigee to apogee, something like that, isn't it? 230,000 to, I don't know. There's a discrepancy. It's an ellipse. So wouldn't there be more gravity at certain times of the year when it's closer, making the tides even bigger? Shouldn't that happen? I mean, according to physics, of gravitational physics and all that nonsense up there?
I mean, that's when you start getting into like reality. You don't want to bring that into this stuff.
Yeah, and Well, it could. I mean, it's got to pull that, what was it, 14-mile bulge at the
That's break time,
equator.
fellas. We got that last break.
14-mile bulges.
Yeah.
Right.
This is the last break, though. So fourth and final segment coming up right after this. This is the Ironworks. Stick around. We'll be right back.
From the dawn of man, we have turned to nature to help attain balance within ourselves. But somewhere, we lost our way. Western culture is once again remembering the healing benefits of CBD, the non-psychoactive component of the hemp plant. That's why more and more people who use CBD report relief from inflammation and chronic pain, balanced blood sugar and cardiovascular system, relief from muscle tensions, tremors, migraines, headaches, anxiety, depression, and the list goes on. The big question is, where do you get it? iLife is a 99% pure CBD oil made with all organic ingredients, and it's available to TFR listeners worldwide. If you use coupon code TFR at checkout, you'll get $5 towards your order. Head on over to ialife.com now. That's AYA life.com.
Your home has needs. It needs a healthy, dry environment all year round. Start by getting rid of the worst air in the basement and crawl space, where the problems begin and make the whole house sick. Introducing the new Smart Wave Ventilation Unit. It has advanced technologies to continuously reduce moisture, mold, and odors, and expel radon, gases, and pollutants. And now, Wave units include carbon monoxide detection to automatically expel air at a high rate and send you an alert. It also has an app so you can remotely monitor the conditions. Wave is a comprehensive, maintenance-free, affordable solution that will transform your entire home. Protect your home and family with what it needs. Give it a new Smart Wave Ventilation Unit. For more information, call 888-717-WAVE. That's 888-717-WAVE. Or go to dryhealthyhome.com. That's dryhealthyhome.com.
Wave Home Solutions for a healthy, comfortable home.
Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death. This is Uncle Walt from the Ironworks. Josh, Corey, and I have chosen to look at life with no fear. No fear of the unknown. No fear of questions about the supposedly well-known. No fear of ridicule for thinking outside the familiar fool's lines. No fear of the boot on the neck of those refusing the party line. No fear of taking on those so convinced of their beliefs they would sooner drink the Kool-Aid than believe they've been fools made. In this world filled with me too, cattle think, can truth's protective layers be peeled back to show the tender, juicy pink? Are we all just grist for the mill? Souls sold against our will, or is that just how it feels? When you're filled to the rim with TV-alities so fear-filled and grim, break clear of the fear right here, Tuesdays and Fridays at 2 a.m. on TFR. Josh and I and you will hammer out the impurities of technology-driven groupthink, fold in a dash of logic, and quench it all with a bit of absurdity. The Ironworks. Break clear of the fear.
This is Truth Frequency Radio.
No hate, no hype, no fear. Real people, real radio. And welcome back. Fourth and final segment of the Ironworks kicking off right now. I'm sure hoping we're coming through clearly, loudly, and live right now. It's been a real Monday for a Friday.
That's all I'm saying.
So this article's gold, honestly. Now there's a gas station in space.
Isn't that good?
I was just reading through it. I'm like, fuck, this is brilliant. So it's for really just refueling these satellites, obviously. And there's supposed to be, where did I see that? It's about getting up to 100. Oh, here we go. According to some estimates, this number is expected to reach as high as 100,000 by the end of this decade. So this is talking about the operational satellites. So there's currently over 4,000, and now they're expecting there to be 100,000 by the end of the decade. It's quite a... Someone must be building them pretty flat out, you know.
Them almost every day. I mean, 10,000 days is like 25 years. So they'd have to be launching more than one a day.
Yeah.
I mean, do people even look at what they're writing and then like think about it?
Well, you know, this space fuel station is called Rafty. But this is what got me. I flicked down and I read this bit and I was like, it can operate at temperatures of -40 to 120 degrees Celsius, which is -40 to 248 Fahrenheit. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the fluctuations of, night and, day in space would be
way more than that.
Yeah. And get this, it can operate at pressures of 500 to 3,000 psi. Now, it's in a vacuum though.
Right. Why do we need that much pressure in a vacuum? That's what I'm wondering.
Why are you testing it to operate at high pressure? You know?
Yeah, that's just going to make it more unstable and dangerous to use.
Well,
if you do it at 10 psi and it still work.
Well, if you just put a negative behind it, then you know it's going to work in a vacuum. Right? You just inverse it. You just put, sure. Why not?
Cool story. Bro.
And it can handle lots of different fuels, though. You know, this is ranging from, I don't know, LOX and H2, water, alcohol, nitrogen, helium, xenon, and krypton.
So it's like the thing at the fast food places where you go and fill up your drink. You can just go and push a button and it'll give you that fuel.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose. I don't know. How do they direct the satellites to actually go? What does it? Zoom up next to it and like one of those
ding ding
jets,
ding ding as you drive over the little little robot arm comes out and wipes off the solar panels and squeegees it off, checks the lubrication. It's very George Jetson. You'd be impressed.
So is this thing already up there? Is that what they're saying? Or is this coming to a space station near you?
You dropped out. What did you say in that last bit?
Oh, I was saying, is this thing already up there, or is it going to be coming to a space station near you shortly?
No, I don't think it's quite there yet. You know, probably still needs a bit of finagling, I'd say.
So does
double check those PSIs and things like that?
Do you think it refuels itself, or does it run on something completely different?
Yeah, what's going to fuel this? What fuels a satellite in general? I mean, they say they could these things around, right?
I thought they were all solar powered because that's the only thing that would make sense.
Yeah. That sort of throws a bit of a spanner in that sort of.
There is no ionic thruster that, so they have to use fuel. That's what we're still using, right? In space is combustion.
I thought,
Yeah.
solid fuel. Yeah, that's what I thought that they were using to get around.
I mean, propellants in vacuums seem to, they seem to be the most efficient.
Or even on Mars. You could turn a fan on Mars and put your face right next to it and you wouldn't even feel it.
Yeah. But what gets me, if there's 4,000 sort of satellites or, and soon to be 100,000, this thing has got to, this will be like fucking dodging bullets. It'll be like Neo from the Matrix, I got to refuel that one, over there and
there's like
dodge all these other ones zooming past it.
It's just nonsense when you actually sit and think critically about it. Well, people don't. They don't want to. You don't sit and think critically about how Peter Pan flies in Neverland. You just don't. It's fairy dust. It's a cool story.
Just think happy thoughts.
Oh.
Yep, so there you go. That was the rapidly attachable fuel transfer interface, and shortened to Rafty.
Nice.
They're rafty.
Sing about
they
the whale,
get around.
Baby
They're
Beluga.
rafty. They're always down. Sorry. They're rafty. They've got a type. Sorry.
What'd you say, Will?
Wasn't that the guy that used to sing that song about the baby whale? No, Rafty? No, sorry, I'm old.
It might have been. Yeah, you are old. I'm just joking.
I thought it was a shark.
So this was from 5 days ago. This is one I wanted to talk about Tuesday. Astronauts, this is from space.com. Astronauts prep space station for new solar array on first all-international spacewalk. What? Haven't they been up there like 20 years now? And this is the first all-international spacewalk?
Well, they should upgrade it to a space run.
Oh, this was the first one ever not to include an American or Russian crew member as one of the pair. There's a Japanese guy and a JAXA and a ESA, European Space Agency. So there has always been a Russian or an American on every single spacewalk for the last 20 years. That's messed up. That's just blah blah blah, 6 hours 54 minutes, blah 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 blah. Yeah, it's just all. But what are the odds of that? 20 years. You have 8 people or 6 people, whatever. How many are up there from different countries? There's the Europeans up there, the Japanese up there. I don't think anybody from India is up there. I know they have their own space agency. But regardless, they've never sent anybody but an American and a Russian out on a spacewalk. I don't comprehend that. Well, maybe, considering we built it and the Russians, it's our capsules, blah, 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 blah. I don't know. That just sounded crazy to me. I mean, over 20 years. Yeah, it just seemed a little fishy to me.
Yeah, the whole thing seems fishy to me.
Well, when you're talking about the ISS.
Yeah.
Where do you think the bubbles come from?
Tell us about magnets, Josh.
Magnets?
Is there...
How do they work?
How the fuck do they work?
I saw a story for a magnet so large, so powerful, that it could lift up an aircraft carrier. That's how big the magnet was. I've actually got a
big dang magnet.
That's a big dang magnet if I ever saw one.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look up the lightest aircraft carrier. Because I'm calling bullshit on this. I know we can, technology does some amazing, but these aircraft carriers are huge.
Well, it says scientists in France have finally received one of their latest and most impressive tools in the effort to create nuclear fusion. A really big honkin' magnet. Researchers at the International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor debuted the first part of the magnet on Thursday when they received it from its American manufacturer, according to the Associated Press. When fully assembled, the magnet stands at a staggering 60 feet tall and is 14 feet in diameter. It is also powerful enough to lift an aircraft carrier. The magnet itself is actually known as a central solenoid. It'll be used as a superconductor to attain the incredible amounts of heat and pressure necessary to produce nuclear fusion. The solenoid can generate a magnetic field roughly 280,000 times stronger than Earth's magnetic field, according to New Scientist. Each completion of a major first-of-a-kind component, such as the central solenoid's first module, increases our confidence that we can complete the complex engineering of a full machine, said Laban Koblenz, a spokesperson for the ITER. Nuclear fusion has been something of an El Dorado for many scientists over the years. Though it promises clean energy that'll cut down greenhouse gas emissions, it is incredibly difficult to achieve, and scientists have yet to produce a reactor that can produce more energy than it consumes. However, the ITER fusion reactor is slated to be one of the largest reactors out there, and many believe it's one of the more promising efforts to finally achieve the elusive goal of nuclear fusion. As they say, the sun is. Because that little part of the story was labeled Sun on Earth, but made no mention of the sun and Earth. But there we go. Powerful enough to lift an aircraft carrier.
Well, one of the smallest aircraft carriers is 65 tons. So I would possibly say that maybe. Now, what you're going to get, like put the magnet on something to hold it and then lift a 65-ton object, I don't think that's possible. Like something to support the 65-ton aircraft carrier.
Right.
And have the magnet.
You dangle it from the space elevator.
There you go.
Attached to the moon, you dangle it from the space elevator. There you go. Problem solved.
Yeah, most aircraft carriers are like 100 to 104 tons, but I guess they made a Queen Elizabeth class that is only 65 tons. So there you go.
But full of snakes inside, as I understand.
Yeah. So we're doing wild stuff.
So they've never created fusion or fission. Is they still trying to do this? We know it's probably bullshit, but
well, fission, it's just the decay of matter. They say that it's losing an electron. I say it's just changing its electrical. Something's happening. Chemical reactions are taking place, and it's transforming. It's transmutating into something else. And that's where
like an oxidization or.
Yeah, it'll lose one electron. Well, that's just a hydrogen, right? Pretty much. So this one electron goes off into blah, 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 becomes a hydrogen and rises up. I don't know. It's what's happening on that level. I don't know if we'll ever know. We can't see it. So, yeah, it's kind of like the luminaries above, not knowing the distance or the size. You don't get to know.
Well, it's just like when you take californium and turn it into Einsteinium, you see, you don't ever really see it. You can only know it's there based on its radioactive decay and half-life. That's how we know it's there. We don't have to see it. That's how we know Einsteinium exists. The 99th element.
Californium's something completely crazy, isn't it?
It is.
I've been thinking about, nuclear power plants and this and that. And here's how I see they work. They take two elements, they put them together, and an electrochemical reaction starts taking place and producing heat, which then creates, they put it in water, it makes steam, it turns turbines. Still steam powered pretty much. It's just the way that they make the steam. This makes a lot of steam real fast because it gets so hot with that chemical reaction. They just found two components that when you put them together, it takes a long time to break down. It doesn't happen, like lighting a match and the whole thing just burns instantly. It takes a long time for this electrochemical reaction to take place, and it puts off a lot of energy while it's doing it. That's why they choose these certain materials. And that's all it is. It's pretty much steam power, and this is just a new kind of fire that they're playing with, a new way to create, that electrochemical reaction. They find the slowest reaction time with the most amount of output in energy. And that's all it really is. There's nothing, super special about it. When you break it down to its simple form, I mean, we could do this. Not that I'm going to go playing with plutonium or uranium or any of that stuff. But yeah, it's possible for, it's not hard, is what I'm saying. It's pretty simple.
And then you're getting from those reactions, you're getting the radiation and things like that from it. So it's just, like that, frequency or whatever's coming out of it from those reactions. So
yeah, it's just
everything's electrochemical. Yeah. It's vibrating at a certain rate or whatever it is. So.
And it goes beyond microwaves. It goes into the gamma rays and stuff like that. That's why it's so dangerous to get around. These chemical reactions, just like if you pour acid on your arm, there's going to be that chemical reaction between the acid and the skin, and it's not going to turn out too good for you. Well, this is like this is a way more, violent type of reaction going on. It's vibrating so fast, such small wavelengths that, I don't know what it does. It probably cooks you, pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, that's right. When you put things into into the electrochemical framework, things just start to make sense. It's just how things work, and there's probably a lot more we could utilize that sort of knowledge in a far better way for ourselves, definitely. But hopefully we get there down the track.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been thinking about maybe starting to play with chemical reactions and stuff and watch them under a microscope. And I don't know. I need a new niche, my new area of focus. We got all these toys here. I just can't pick one.
It'll turn up. It'll turn up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was looking at the words, too. Who was that? Yeah, Callum says L-chem. Yeah, it's right in the words. Electrochemical. It used to be chemia. And then a long time ago, they figured out, I'm going to throw an Al in front of this, because this seems to be like how this all works. And it became alchemia. And then they took off the A at the end and it just became alchemy. And then they banished it, well, according to his story at least, they banished the practice of alchemy everywhere, and alchemists turned it into chemistry. where they took out the intent of human beings putting their intent and emotions and thought into it, and it's just become about counting numbers now. When I mix this much of this, and put it in there, and I'm not. I mean,
yeah, well, that's how I see like their chemistry too. It's like someone's done baked the cake before. They've got the flour and they've got the eggs and they've got the water and milk or whatever it is, and they said, well, we put this much and this much together, and this is how you get a cake. And it's almost like they've done the same thing with chemistry. They've told you all these ingredients and said this is what will happen as an end result of mixing these ingredients, and we've worked out a formula that's going to tell you that this will make a good cake. So in some ways I've been seeing it like that more and more, that while there's something to it, obviously they're still working with things, but in a lot of ways they could be just like basically recipes.
Well, yeah, that's all they are. That's all that nuclear stuff is. It's just them baking a cake and using the right stuff and doing it at the right. They have to keep it so cool. They can't let it overheat. Then you have nuclear meltdowns and all that. That's all it is the stuff got so hot that it burned through the concrete or whatever, and now the water's pouring out somewhere. So you have a meltdown.
Yeah.
That's all it is. They let it get out of control, and they couldn't, control the heat of the chemical reaction anymore. Yeah, it's.
And I saw some of when I was looking into, say, some of the reactions and trying to figure out some of the stuff that was going on in the sort of world, how I would apply it electrochemically. You would actually see that they'd start creating things through electrolysis, which is basically putting energy and input into a galvanic cell, in a sense. And they were just basically refining things through that electrochemical process, or then disintegrating, and there was products all the time. As soon as if you take water out of the equation as water as being H2O, and rather see it as just an element on its own, well, then the actual processes start to actually make a lot more sense. So you're taking those things out and you're saying, well, now there's a release of hydrogen, but that's not from the water. It was an end product of this refinement process, and things start to actually make a bit more sense in that sort of fashion.
Yeah. Yes, Ben Flatt, love is an ingredient. Absolutely. You don't believe it? Go try the rice experiment. You can love something,
well, that's
something, it'll end up different at the end of that process.
And when you say they got rid of alchemy, I mean, there's a lot to it, but the other thing is that it's the way it's actually approaches science is from that perspective that everything comes from the single unity first, and then branches out as multiple prongs of that unity.
Yep.
Which is sort of the inverse of how they've treated science. Is like, everything's just made of small little independent particles that have no relationship to each other. So they've taken that relationship out of the equation of science, and also taken us out of the equation as well, the viewer.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, guys, we're almost done with this thing. Yep. Don't forget, come hang out with us this afternoon. Martin Leaka will be there, Flat Earth British. It will be amazing. Love you guys. Thank you all so much.
Terrestrial Mac will be hanging out with us too. TJ's going to come
and
chill.
TJ,
yeah.
Man. Fuck, I knew I was forgetting somebody. Thank
Nope,
you, Josh.
he
I'm
didn't.
sorry, TJ.
He actually confirmed last night, so good deal. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Have yourself a great rest of your weekend, because it is Friday, my dudes. Ha 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 ha. But love you, be good, be well, and we'll see you tonight here on Have No Sphere. Love you guys. Bye-bye.